Hello friends, welcome to Truth of Physics. So in this video, this is the part 2 of that video. Previously I have made a video and that is the part 1 of this topic, the vibration, the superposition of two plane polarized wave by having perpendicular vibrations. So the link of the video I will give in the description box, the video of the part 1. Okay, so before going through this video, we have to go through that video first. Okay, so in that video we have discussed and we have derived this equation. Okay, and by this equation you can find that what will be the state of the emergent wave, what will be the state of the polarization of that emergent wave. Okay, and depending on the value of delta and theta. Okay, now so in this video I will discuss various cases. So our case number 1 is, suppose our delta, that is the phase difference between the two rays E ray and O ray, is if the delta is equals to 0 or 2 pi or 4 pi, like that. That is, in generalized form we can write if delta is equals to 2n pi, where n is equals to 0, 1, 2 dot dot dot. Okay, now you can understand that if this case happens, then what happens, if putting the value of delta is equals to 0 here, you will get that y by x is equals to v by a. That means y is equals to v by a into x, and you can easily understand that this is an equation of what, straight line making an angle with the x axis theta, like that. This is like this. Okay, and this is the angle theta. This is the vibration of the electric field component. Okay, and this angle theta is equals to tan inverse b over a. Okay, so the emergent light will be a plane polarized light. Okay, now we have discussed that if we have a plane polarized light that is incident on a doubly refracting crystal making an angle theta, okay. Now if in our case number 2, suppose this is our case number 2, this is case number 2, case 2. What is case 2? In case 2, if we consider that our delta is equals to pi or 3 pi, that is odd multiple of pi, that means generalized form I can write that 2n plus 1, delta is equals to 2n plus 1 into pi, where n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. Then what happens? Then if we put that value in that equation, then we will get that y is equals to minus v over a into x. That means this is also, if you put that, then you will get this thing. So this means a straight line, but this is what, negative slope. That means it will make theta angle, and where theta is equals to tan inverse of y over x, but this angle is what, like this, means this was our, okay, so what will be this, like this will be like this, where this angle, okay, this angle is theta, the theta is this. Now that will be, this will be this straight line. Okay, but previously we have discussed that when our in this case we have discussed that when delta is equals to 0, then our straight line is like this, denoted with this dot line, this. Okay, but what is here happening, this is very much important, so listen this carefully. Okay, so this angle is also theta. So what is going on here, if the incident plane polarized light is fall on the doubly refracting crystal, okay, this is the doubly refracting crystal face. So if this is making, the incident light is making an angle, the vibration of the electric field components is making an angle with the x axis or with the optic axis. Why optic axis? Because this is, if this is the x axis, then this is the optic axis, this have optic axis is parallel to this face. That means this is the x axis and this is also the direction of the optic axis. So if it is making an angle, the incident wave is making an angle with the optic axis, the vibration of the electric field component is making an angle theta with the optic axis. Then the emergent wave in this case number 2 is rotating, right? Is rotating at an angle 2 theta, right? This is the incident. This was what? The incident wave. This was our incident wave. Okay, so incident wave, and this is the emergent wave. This is the emergent. So you can see that this is the angle by which it is rotated. So the angle is this angle is what? This angle is 2 theta. So whenever the delta is equals to pi or like 3 pi like this, then what happens? Then the emergent light will be rotated along the optic axis. This is the optic axis. Along the optic axis 2 theta angle. This will be rotated with 2 theta angle along the optic axis. Okay, so this is a very important thing, and if you search, then you can get a PYQ previous question of IIT JAM examination, which in which this is required. This thing is required. So this is very much important. So I am again emphasizing on this thing. Okay, now about case number 3, right? Case 3. What is case 3? Suppose our delta is equals to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or simply 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Then what happens? Then if we put pi by 2, what was our equation? Main equation was x square by a square plus y square by b square. Okay, this minus 2xy divided by ab cos of delta, and that is equals to sine square of delta. So putting pi by 2, delta equals to pi by 2, you will get x square over a square plus y square over b square is equals to 1. That is equation of ellipse. But remind that this is case 3, denoted case 3, our subheading or subcase A. Why subcase? You will understand later. So in our subcase A, theta is, I am assuming theta is not equals to 45 degree. Remind this. This is theta is not equal to 45 degree. Then what happens? And what is A and B? You can remember that in our previous class, in the main part 1 of this video, I have discussed that A is equals to capital A when capital A is what? The total amplitude or total resultant amplitude of vibration, resultant vibration. Okay, A cos of theta, and B was equals to A sin of theta. And if theta is not equals to 45 degree, then you can understand that A and B will never be equal. So this is not, these two will not be equal. Then this will justify, and this will be an equation of ellipse. Why I am talking these things, you will understand later. So this is suppose an ellipse. Okay, okay, this is an ellipse. Now there can be many type of ellipse. That is, it can rotate like this, left-handed ellipse or right-handed ellipse. So that will, I will discuss that later, or simply you can understand that this was x equals to, the main equation was x equal to a sin omega t, which I have discussed in the first lecture, and y equals to b sin of omega t. Now omega t plus delta. Okay. Now putting the value of delta for other cases, here delta is equals to what? Pi by 2. So what will be this? All sine. That means this will be a cos of omega t, right? Tangle. Now when at t equals to 0, you have to increase the time. At t equals to 0, what happens? As t equals to 0, x will be a and y will be 0. So this is a point. This will be our first point at t equals to 0. Now as time increases, then what happens? When t increases, suppose at a time when omega t is equals to pi by 4, then what happens? Okay, not pi by 4, because then the two, okay, at this point, when omega 2 will be equals to pi by 2, then what happens? A by root 2 and y will be equals to a by root 2. That means that will be a point like here, depending on the value of a, whether a is greater than b or b is greater than a, depending on that. So whatever may be that, but that will be in the first quadrant. So this will be the point. So when you trace the points, then we will get that this is moving like this. So in the, like if the ellipse is like this, which is moving like this, then it is called left-handed elliptical polarized light. Now there are two conventions, depending on it can be left-handed or right-handed. So I have made a I had made a shorts video, and you can get the video in my channel, or I will give the link of the video in the description box. That from there you can understand that what are the conventions. Okay, now so coming to our next case, that is case number 4. Case 4. Okay, case 3. Case 3, B, subheading B. This was subheading A. Now when all the things are same, like delta is equals to pi by 2, but theta is equals to 45 degrees, then you can easily understand that this thing will be considered for delta is equals to pi by 2, but so x square by a square, but as theta is equals to 45 degrees, then you can understand that from here you can understand that a and b will be equal, as cos 45 and sin 45 is equal. Then x square by, then I can write just x square plus y square equals to a square. Simply this will happen from here. This will happen as a and b are equal. So this is what? This is the equation of a circle. So this is an equation of circle. Okay. So this will be now a circularly polarized light, and that can be a left circularly polarized light or right circularly polarized light, depending on this, right? Like this you can understand. Now case number 4. Coming to our case number 4. Case 4. Okay, now if our delta is equals to, okay, whatever may be the value of delta, but if our theta is equals to 0 degree, then what happens? That means if the incident plane polarized light vibration, electric field vibration is along this x-axis or along this optic axis, or a vector is like this, then it have no component along the perpendicular direction, right? So it have no component along the perpendicular direction, as when we if this is perpendicular, then its component, if this value is a vector, then its component along this side will be a cos of pi by 2, that means equals to 0. So it have no perpendicular component. So as the light is propagating, as the vibration is along the x-axis, along the optic axis. Why optic axis? Because we have discussed in the first class that the optic axis is like this, along the x-axis. Now here the optic it is along the optic axis, the vibration. So there is no component of the vibration along the y-axis. That means there is no component of O ray, because we know that the perpendicular vibration, the light which have perpendicular vibration of electric field is called the O ray, and that which is whose electric field vibration is parallel to the optic axis is called our E ray. So the emergent light will be just as of the incident light, that is incident light is fall on this light is fall on this face of that calcite crystal, and the emergent light will be same as that of the incident light, plane polarized light. So the emergent light will be plane polarized light, but that will be only E ray, considered only E ray. Now our case number 5. When delta is equals to our okay, when delta whatever may be the value, but theta is equals to pi by 2. Okay, this may be 0 or pi also, pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Then what happens? Okay, then you can understand that the similar thing will happen, but here the perpendicular vibration is present. The incident wave is waves electric field is perpendicular along the y-axis. So the emergent wave will be same as the incident wave, but it have only the O ray, right? Because it have only the perpendicular component of vibration of electric field. It have no E ray. Okay. Now our case number 6. Okay. So our delta is not equals to any value which is given in our other cases, that is 1 to 5. We have discussed like delta is equals to pi by 2, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. If delta is not equals to anything of the previous values, that is if delta is equals to like 30 degree or 66 degree or 67 degree like that, then you can find that if we put the value in the main equation, okay, then you will find that what will be the equation if we plot that equation in Desmos. Suppose Desmos, okay, DESMOS. If we plot the equation which you will get from that main equation, when you put the value of delta in that equation, you will get equation. And if we put the equation in Desmos app, now how can you use Desmos app? Desmos is a graphics calculator. From here you can get any type of graph. So I have made already a video on how you can calculate in Desmos. So the link of the video I will give in the description box. From there you can watch that. You will get a tilted ellipse. This is called a tilted ellipse. This type of ellipse you will get, or this, otherwise you will get like this. So how can you find that, or what will be the answer, or what will be the ellipse like this or like this? You will get from the similar fashion like this. You have to put like this, okay, which I have discussed previously, and from there you can get that what will be the ellipse, this or this. So depending on that, we'll also get that will be left-handed polarized or right-handed polarized. So I think that you have understand all the cases, and this is very much important for all the competitive exams, and means the IIT JAM examinations and all the examinations, and also very much important for your BSc studies and for your concept building. So if you are really benefited, then subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon to get the notifications of my upcoming videos, and share this video with your friends. So take care of yourself. Thanks for watching.